this girl in the shoe shop with a thought in her head. She could quit her bank job and go biking instead. She talked to her cousin, who soon had agreed the idea was good, and they planted a seed. She had heard that a journey was good for ascension. And besides, she thought, I could die before pension. The Maritimes called, and the feeling was strong. From Halifax home, what could go wrong? Away they did fly to the east coast for bikin'. The lobster and trails were sure to their likin'. But then came the day Paddy's bike went skawooska. A crash and a bash and a bumped up babushka. The bruises were bad and the bones they were broken. The wonderful nurses were a maritime token. So the girl from the shoe shop, she had to switch gears, get a new plan, lay off the beers. Lo and behold, on a day in the park, she found some new friends and ignited a spark. They biked and they laughed and they ate loads of hummus. They were saying the pipeline would not overcome us. 1,000 more K and some chittin' and chattin' with farmers and landowners who were pissed and a spattin', with Irving and Harper and all of their minions. She heard truths and some lies and a lot of opinions. Alex, Diana, sweet Shannon, and Zed, the laughter and songs are stuck in her head. From the capital city, she pedaled west all alone, armed with her trusted companion, iPhone. With the exception of one fairly ridiculous app, the very misguided and confused Google Map. In the city of Sudbury, she decided at last to explore this great place and look into its past. Museums and parks, and there once was some nickel. But sooner than later, she got into a pickle. Bad roads and construction, some glass and some nails. Weird people, no info, no wind in her sails. She threw in the towel by mid-afternoon. Just get to a campsite, and get to one soon. So at this fine campsite where people united, there was something that happened that got her excited. A man on a bike going the other direction. It seemed like this man was without imperfection. They talked and they shared of the crazy days biking. They bonded that night, and they each took a liking to the other, in all of their simplistic glory, right down to the core and the truth of their story. Life seems so simple, and I really should mention, this guy on the bike, he got her attention. Now I know the universe really does test, but he's biking east and she's biking west? Trust was a lesson she had been given so far. If it's meant to, it works, however bizarre. They texted and chatted, and this is for reals. Within a short week, they were head over heels. Deeply in love a love that was new, a love that is felt by only a few. It's rare in its innocent, selfless conviction. It's mostly a love that feels like addiction to happiness, bliss, and utter surrender to service to others, and it ain't no pretender. So on goes the story, and she meets a girl biker on the road headed west, and she thinks she might like her. Can't be too fussy when you go this direction. If you find one, make friends, it's a lucky connection. The girls were so happy to bike as a team. They had lots in common, the Canadian dream. She biked thousands of Ks with Becky and Styles. She loved every minute, despite hiccups and trials. The rest of her journey was slightly distracted. That cute guy from Quebec that really impacted her heart and her mind and her reason for being, her direction, her purpose, her way of seeing. So when she got home, she looked for a deal on flights to Quebec to see what was real. They met at the airport with hearts all aflutter. The embrace was the moment they melted like butter. That was simply and perfectly absolute bliss, the Academy Award-winning, memorable kiss. The moment that time stood still, they both knew. Everything they had dreamed of was totally true. So a journey is good as they say, and there's nothing to lose at the end of the day. except some old baggage and a delusional thought that life is about all the things that you've got. Once she decided to let go of controlling the outcomes in life and the constant patrolling of governments, people, nature, and money, the thought of it all started to seem pretty funny. So the girl from the Shuswap and the cute guy on the bike are together for life, doing whatever they like.